Hey, Cinnamon Rage here, and this week moved from Austria, which I'd actually missed because of being on holiday, to Malaysia. Now, Malaysia's not the best track, but I think just given my newer wheel and everything, and just having a lot more experience in racing drivers of the quality they get in AOR, I'd knocked about a second and a half off my actual time trial time. So yeah, a wee bit more hopeful. So coming in here, I brake about the 75 metre board and dropped fourth gear, turn in, and as I'm turning in, dropped third, dropped second, kiss the apex, and then just try and push out, get up the gears as quickly as possible and keep into the right. So yeah, it's one of my better sections of the track. Braking down to fourth, clipping the corner, not really getting on the power till straight, though I did actually put a wee bit more power down there, so that's why you can see me drop a wee bit of time. On here, I don't brake, I just turn in, come off the accelerator and drop it sixth, and that just gives me a good turn in, drop into fifth and accelerating through the second part of that corner. Coming up here, might get into eighth, drop to third, get up, and then again try and hold on till I'm kind of as straight as possible before putting the power down. Going up through the gears so that I get as much kind of grip as possible, fourth of that corner. And then really this is just flat out through here, and then try and brake straight down into fourth. Always think I can do it a wee bit quicker, but then just trying to get on the power as quickly as possible. Again, wait until I'm straight, and then just pushing to the last corner. And yep, dropped fourth, third as I reach into the apex, and then just try and get the power down as quickly as possible so that as I'm going into DRS on full power, up through the gears. Now this was my second run and it got me P1, my first ever qualifying pole, so that was crazy. I think Edited Fawn didn't improve on his time, so I don't know if he got blocked or just did something else happen on his second run, but yeah, I managed to get pole by about 4.5 tenths, so that was not what I was expecting. Quite pleased I get under the 132s. So yeah, really not unhappy with that at all. It's my best ever qualifying result, so just to get one of them in a season, absolutely chuffed with. So the race, just like qualifying, was going to be dry, which is a relief because, like I'm sure I've said it before, but I'll say it again, I really am not a massive fan of wet conditions, so quite grateful for a dry race. What I'm not so grateful for is this start. I just tried to put too much power down. Getting into lead mix to try and reduce wheel spin, forgot to come out it. It wasn't great. Evil Catmobile gets a much better jump on me, Fawn the same, and he was coming back from third. So gets the better line through the first and second corners. You can see there though, Evil Catmobile lagging about like crazy. To be honest, quite often there's problems with lag, so it's really not fun being around him at the early stages. Me and Fawn haven't really coming together there, but no damage done as at the inside line there. But yeah, as I say, no damage, we can continue on just fine. But yeah, like when people have lag, it just makes the whole racing thing uncomfortable, and I think it's kind of common, certainly in the early stages of the race, for Evil Catmobile to have some lag. Just never fun to follow. Anyway, at this point you can see Fawn struggling with traction. I'd settled in quite well, but I was running my car a wee bit lighter than usual. Normally I'd put at least 2.5 laps, 3 laps of fuel in, but it does make the car quite heavy feeling in the early phases of the race. But yeah, holding third place, fairly comfortable there just now. I felt I had good enough pace, and at some point we were going to get to the DRS stages, and that's hopefully where I'd actually be able to take a chance, maybe make a move on the guys in front. But yeah, that was the opening 2 laps for me in the Malaysian Grand Prix. But anyway, here's Josuke, my teammate's start, which was a bit more interesting, and you can see there his logo on the bottom left, so as long as you see that, you know we're watching Josuke. He started P11 and actually didn't get his second run in, so he could could have got up even higher into the top 10 had he not invalidated his second run, his second hot lap. But it's a wee bit chaotic, but he just stays clear of it, sits wide, doesn't touch anyone. I think he might have got tagged, but not by much, to be honest, if anything, certainly not enough to disrupt him really. But that's him, he's up a position, and back down to 11, but I think that's only temporary. So yeah, he's had a good start, kind of holding good positions. He's just behind Guillermo. You can actually see Guillermo runs wide, and a bit of an evasive manoeuvre there by Joski just to avoid that. So I think Guillermo had a good start. He said he'd been having some problems this race, so yeah, that unfortunately seemed to epitomise it. And then coming in here, you can see Markle hits into the side of Krish. Joski goes up the inside of him. Markle's just pushing at this point, but Joski holds his line, and even Krish, judging by the hand, puts a wee tap on Joski as well. But yeah, that's him up to 8, so a 3-place game, and yeah, not a bad start, and race pace looks good, getting on the throttle well and everything, so it did seem like he was in there for some points this race. I'm just going to fast forward though, because unfortunately you can actually see he jumps to 7th here as somebody else spins out, but just coming in to the second last onto the first of the DRS straights, he just catches a curb and it spins him, and being a conscientious driver he waits till everyone passes before he rejoins, which ultimately hurt him quite a bit. But yeah, credit where credit's due, he didn't get in other people's way. So back with me, that's me just sort of caught up a bit. It's lap 3, I've now got DRS, so I'm just catching up with the two guys in front, first and second. So yeah, I felt I was potentially a bit faster at this point, and as you can see, you get the usual yo-yoing effect as you kind of go through fast and slow corners, in corners where some people are better than others. But coming into lap 6, which is what I'm going to fast forward to, me and Fawn had a wee incident. I'd got DRS, I'm just saying it now because it's not a very long incident. Got DRS, I thought I'd got a significant amount alongside him, and I thought I had the inside corner, but he turned in and I tried to get out of the way. I tried to back out of it so you can see me actually mount the curb there, but yeah, he was just quite slow in the second part of the apex, and unfortunately we kind of just touched. But as it is, when it's the back of his car touching, that's the worst place to be. So he did hold on second though, or he only did drop the 1 place, sorry, not second, third. So yeah, it's just never nice. Edith Fawn's a super nice guy. You just don't want to be involved in an incident with another one of your drivers. So it was really unfortunate. Yeah, just kind of bummed that actually it happened. So anyway, first of the pit stops, Evil Catmobile came in, so did I. And my strategy was 7 laps on the super softs, 10 on softs, 11 on softs again. So a 2-stopper. I had tried, but honestly, I don't know what it is with my style of driving, but I just seem to burn through tyres, something silly. But weirdly, I think because it was overcast, my tyres are actually doing a lot better in this race than they'd done before because they weren't overheating as badly. But yeah, after the first pits, come out into not so much traffic, but I do have Christoph just in front of me, who's now on old super softs, so I should be able to catch him. But with these things, it always depends where you catch in terms of how much time you gain or you lose. So yep, coming up here, just closing in for a wee while on Christoph, and it's always going to be hard, as I say, once you've been on those tyres for like 8 laps, because the super softs, especially if you've done more than one lap in qualifying, are going to be kind of a bit gone, to be honest. So yeah, that's me right up behind him, and at this point I'm getting held up a wee bit, but I know the two DRS straights are coming up quite quickly, so there's no point risking anything just now. So yeah, I push on at this point, get DRS, try and get on the power early, go up into rich mix as soon as I remember, which took a wee bit longer than it should have, but I had managed to just get alongside for a relatively easy move. And actually you can even see from the arrow he does drop into the pits. So yeah, that was kind of it at this stage. I'm not going to show you the full next stage, but I'm just going to zoom in on the minimap because you can see there was a wee bit of a gap between me and Evil Catmobile, and my pace was just better than I've expected it to be, so I managed to push quite hard. Never as hard as you do in qualifying, obviously, like letting up a wee bit more than I would do normally, but just playing it safe. All my practice sessions generally had me having one spin at least, so I really didn't want to do that. So you can see I'm catching them up quite rapidly, and my pace, as I say, I was quite happy with in this track. So at this point, once I've caught them up and got a wee bit closer, I start actually challenging, trying to use some of the DRS, but it's quite hard to pass, to be honest. You can get such a fast run out onto the second of DRS straights that if you do get a good run out, it's hard for the person behind to actually do anything with it without putting in quite a pushed move. But this is me as close as I'd really been, and he moves once and then he just kind of does a wee move again just to obviously make my angle more acute, even though it felt a wee bit aggressive. But it kind of compromised my run onto this straight as well, which I guess is part of the plan, but I don't know how that'd be viewed in real Formula 1. But yeah, just trying to go around the outside here, but it's just not enough room. He's quite good in that corner as well, and yeah, it just kind of compromises you for the next set of corners too. So just going to fast forward through another few bits of it, and yeah, I kind of dropped off for a bit. Sometimes I just get behind, and the dirty air and the faster corners would mean I'd take some of the corners quite wide, which just kind of ruined. He was swerving like crazy there, but he goes on, and I come into the pit at the end of lap 17, and at this point I actually wasn't trying for the undercut, but it actually became a real possibility because I knew I was quicker, and he was going to do a lap slower. Obviously I wouldn't have the benefit of DRS this time, which had been letting me keep up with him for this lap coming, but yeah, luckily the game didn't give me any of those weird random 3-second delays that I've been getting for at least a couple of races in the pits. Don't understand exactly why they're happening still. I think it's just a glitch because my teammates come in that lap, but as I say, it's just one of the quirks of this game. But even whenever Joski's come in, he's come in well in advance of these moments. So anyway, come to the end of lap 18. At this point I didn't know it, but Evil Catmobile had come into the pits. If I'd been a bit more sensible, I'd have actually put on rich mix the entire lap and really pushed it, because what you can see here is that's Evil Catmobile just coming out the pits just now, so he's just going up to full speed. Tried and leave him lots of room here, knowing that as long as I stay on the outside, then I'll have the corner for the next one. He drops behind, and I got past. Now, it hadn't actually clicked at this point. Evil Catmobile had actually gone on to the Super Softs, and as I say, it took me an extra few laps to realise. But I thought, oh, I'm ahead of him, my pace had been better. But on Super Softs, that obviously undoes a lot of it. I personally didn't think you could have pushed a set of Super Softs for like 9-10 laps without having severe traction problems near the end. But yeah, I think him and Edited Fun both managed it, so credit to them. I could, as I say, I'm quite hard on my tyres, so yeah, I don't massively help myself with tyre choice. So this is the run up to some of some good battling that we had. I don't particularly, you can see Krish ahead there, but he's kind of far enough ahead not to really impede or anything, but I get an okay run onto this straight, but Evil Catmobile is still pretty fast just now in his current tyre configuration, and as you'll see here in a wee second, I have to correct myself a wee bit, and it just gave me a slightly poor run out onto the home straight. I don't know whether to call this the first or the second DRS straight, but regardless, I make sure to keep the inside line here, which I'm actually not sure is a great idea, because then that gives him this corner. I realised I was pinching in a wee bit and then moved out to give him a bit more space. And yep, it's a drag race up the hill, but I now have the inside corner for this one. I brake as late as possible, and I see the arrow go white, so I know I can extend right to the edge of the track. So it was pretty airy at this point. I knew I was on slower tyres, and I thought even the benefit of being on the slower tyres wouldn't actually kick in until like 2 laps before the end. But given the problems I'd had overtaking before, that didn't bode well for me able to overtake him again, and I was obviously a wee bit more nervous about overtaking after the incident with the Fawn. So I knew I'd probably just bottle out of any more kind of overtakes as the race went on, but yeah, it was, again, we kind of come up for a wee bit of a battle here as well. This is, so really at this point I think I'd started to open up a wee bit of a gap, and then at some point he crashed. Although here you can see I almost run into the back of my teammate who had a wee bit of an accident, a spin, and yeah, caught me a wee bit off guard, but luckily I'd seen it coming up the hill, so it was okay, and he'd not tried to change his position or anything in the track. So you can see here, coming around the corner for my first ever win in AOR, so absolutely just delighted with it. A pole and victory in the one race is more than I was ever possibly expecting in this race. My pace was really good. I managed to even pull out a gap at the end of about 11 seconds, even with slowing down when I was passing my teammate. And even my tyre wear in the grand scheme of things wasn't that bad. So yeah, really happy with that. And as I say, more than I was expecting this season. So it's always nice to see the wee cutscene where it's actually your guy in the middle who looks absolutely nothing like me, typically. But yep, my teammate came in 11th. I think he may have got promoted through someone else having disconnected to 10th, so double points finish for Williams this week. But anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed my first win, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in Japan next week. Cheers!